What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ski Summit Real Estate Show, where we're going to talk about Summit County real estate market. That's Dillon, Frisco, Keystone, Silverthorne, Breckenridge, and Copper Mountain. Going to go into the MLS, do a little dive into that behind the curtain. We're going to talk a little bit about tips for real estate up here. We're going to give you some updates on what the market's doing. And my co-host Benji's joining us today. He's going to monitor the chat. Benji, thanks for being here.
I'm glad to be here. I love how comfortable you're getting on here now. This is amazing to watch for me. I love it.
Thanks, man. And practice. We're going to get there, one of these days.
No, I think we're there. You're doing great.
we're there. It was, it was all that exposure. I got to Vegas this last weekend at that Tom Ferry. Yeah. That was good. That was a good event. I learned a ton of stuff. So I was pretty.
What was probably number one takeaway, do you think?
Number one takeaway is that I'm in the service business.
Right. Okay.
I'm not in the sales business.
Right. Right.
It's like that's always been like a rub with me. Like the worst compliment I could get from somebody is them saying that you're a good salesperson. Like,
okay.
That, to me, that's like, I don't want to be a good salesperson. I want to be like the knowledge. I want to be the information. I want to be able to provide people that. And being a good salesperson, I mean, it kind of sounds like, oh, you duped me. You got that one over on me.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not at all what it's about for me. So, but that was, I think, the number one takeaway. And then just, being in front of people, building those relationships. So,
Cool. I'm glad you're back home. I know it was probably pretty tough doing the show last week while people were folding chairs and putting up tables around you.
Yeah, right. That was a little distracting, but anyway, it was definitely worthwhile, and glad we staying consistent on these shows. We got to stay.
Yeah. So kudos to you for doing that. Honestly, I wouldn't have expected it, but you did it. So that's excellent.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks. So, I guess we dive right into the news, what we got going on in the news a little bit. So, talking about how a big deal up here is short-term rentals. People, it's like kind of, and I keep talking about this. I know it's like, stop talking about short-term rentals, but I don't know what else to talk about. So these are just kind of some projections that they did, that, hiring these professional companies that, this is what the data is saying. So following those short-term rental trends, what are we seeing? We definitely, during the pandemic, it was like we came out of lockdown, people had saved all kinds of money. We saw everybody coming up here and wanting to book stuff, wanting to rent stuff. Short-term rentals are still going pretty strong, but it's softened. So this article talks about some of that softening in those short-term rentals, and in some of those rates. So
you said last time that they're squishing it to 30 a year, right?
Yeah.
So what's that supposed to do exactly? What does that do for your average person that just comes up for a little while?
Yeah. So the county is putting these caps in place. So there's all the towns that are all these little pods, and then everything around that that's not inside of that town boundary, those town limits, is unincorporated Summit County. So that encompasses a lot of properties. So the county is saying, in these certain areas, you're only going to be able to do so many bookings. Then it's going to be 30 bookings a night. So that's going to kind of constrain things a little bit. And then the caps, like you can only, in this area, you can only 15% of the properties can have short-term rental licenses. So that's going to constrain it. But what that's going to do for the other areas, or the people that have the licenses, or areas like Keystone, Copper, or some spots in Breckenridge where they're considered resort areas that don't get these limitations, I think that's going to drive that demand up on those places.
So they're going to become more expensive for your average visitor that's just hanging out for a little while, or?
Right. So those nightly, supply and demand, right? So there's less places to rent. that nightly price is probably going to increase. So
it's a bummer for those guys. I don't really
yeah,
care to
I
be
know.
that frozen. So
That's the difference between being the landlord and the renter too. It's like
yeah.
you own the place and you rent it out and you get to use it, and that'll kind of help offset some of these deficits that we've seen. I mean, property management's expensive, HOAs are expensive, cost of ownership's expensive, now interest rates are expensive. So those rental rates probably got to go up some to cover that.
And did you have some graph or bars or something you were going to show me?
Oh yeah, so that was actually going to be on. Yeah, we can skip to just going into a little bit of the market stuff. So we've got looking at what our market is doing right now. One of the things that I took away from this conference was just what our 30-year fixed rate is going to be doing to our buyer demand. So let me share this guy with you really quick. I thought this was a really useful slide. So you can see, like, we were down, way down in the, when we were down in the 3% and 2%, that buyer demand was just crazy, off the charts. In my opinion, they held interest rates way too low for way too long. That's what just pushed up those prices. Now we shot up into the sevens, and that's when we saw like everything come to a screeching halt. Everybody, all the mortgage brokers that I know were like, I got nothing to do. And nobody was borrowing money. People weren't buying. And then we saw prices start to come down because that was weak buyer demand. And now we've actually got more into this good buyer demand is where we are as we came into the new year. So got into that 6.25, that range for primary, still a little bit higher on those investment stuff, but now we're in that good buyer demand. Once we get into the fives below 6, we're going to see strong buyer demand come into play. And the big thing on that is our inventory. So, and that inventory is just so low right now. So
you want to hit that question of the day? Oh, no, wait. You had the real estate tip. This guy.
Yeah. So today's real estate tip. Start with the lender. So Benji, you call me up. They're like, hey, I'm really interested. I want to buy this. I want to buy a 2-bedroom condo in Keystone. What do I need? Ask me what I need, Benji.
Yeah, what do I need, man? I got this condo just burning a hole in my pocket. What does that look like?
Yeah. So you got an idea of what you could qualify for. Maybe you've talked to somebody back home, wherever you are, and you've got a couple $100,000 to put down on a property, and you qualify for this much. So the best thing to do is start with talking to a local lender. So one of the reasons is you might be qualified for the loan, but does that match up with the product you want, as far as like what type of loan you want, the terms you want, and the property? So you might be wanting to buy a condo over in Copper or a condo in Keystone. These condos do a ton of short-term rentals, and they might not be warrantable. So they're non-warrantable loans. They can't be sold to Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac. Well, the rates are probably going to be a bit higher on that. So it's good to kind of flush that out a little bit. Take a look at, talking to a lender, a local lender that knows the properties, and they're going to be able to tell you right away, no, this is really what you're going to be looking at if that's what you want to buy. And maybe you got to shift gears. So yeah.
What does that mean if a property isn't warrantable? Does that mean that like the government can't put something behind it, or is it like dilapidated, or just what does that mean?
Yeah, no, good question. I mean, these are great condos, but it just means that you just can't get like your traditional home loan on it. These, if they're considered condotels, like hotel condos, and then you have to, so you just have to look at different products. So they can't, the government's not going to necessarily have a loan that's going to back that up. So lender can't take that, finance it, and then sell it to Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac.
I've never heard of condo tels before. Is that just like the evolution of a hotel turning into a condo?
Pretty much. That's,
Okay.
And they're really regular condos. It's just all the short-term rentals that can make that the case. So yeah, better than an ant hotel, or I don't know.
You know what? When I was working at a place called Pixel 8, I actually had to create in an animation an ant hotel. So it was pretty funny.
Nice. Nice. We'll figure out how to incorporate that into some marketing stuff. We'll think
All
about
right.
that. Yeah. So question of the day. What is your most memorable family vacation, Benji?
Oh man. So if my family went on vacations as a kid, it was because someone was sick, That's the only time we'd pile everybody in the car and then go somewhere.
Yeah.
So not a ton of great family vacation memories when I was little, but as an adult, I get to do those things for my son. So my parents have a nice plot of land in Oklahoma right now where they're raising dogs. They're dog breeders. And my son's so different than me. He loves being outside and fishing and riding quads and all that stuff. He loves that stuff. So we had a blast, and I love seeing him be excited about that kind of stuff. So we got to go see Grandma and Grandpa in Oklahoma and ride quads and look at, like, they have cows everywhere and surrounding properties. And just, I mean, when you're not in nature and then you're finally in nature and you see all the tiny things that can have, like, we found crawdads in the grass. Like, why are they there? And
Right.
just big fish for no reason on these ponds that shouldn't have any fish in them. It was really crazy just seeing all that
Nice.
stuff. So
I
we
got
had a
to
lot of fun
ask
together.
you, dog breeders.
Yeah, dog breeders.
So this is your Dumb and Dumber cue. Any unusual breeding?
Nah, it's all just pure black labs,
Mostly doggy
chocolate
style.
labs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen that one. I wish I could pick that up for you.
That's all right. Mostly just doggy style. We
How
did
about you?
successfully breed breed a Shih Tzu with a bulldog.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Okay. What about you? Do you have any good memorable ones?
Oh man, we had a lot of good ones. I like I'm thinking about you and your family loading in the car, family vacation, Clark Griswold going out there. We used to drive across the country when I was a kid, little 2-door Volvo, no air conditioning. And we go to Minnesota for like a good part of the summer up in northern Minnesota and the lakes and stuff, which was awesome. But getting there, it was like pile in the back, like 3 of us kids in the back of this little 2-door Volvo sedan. And my parents would start driving at like 6 o'clock at night because it was so hot. And they'd drive all night. Us kids would sleep, try to figure out how to sleep on the hump.
Yeah.
On the floor, pick up a bed.
Have you heard Brian Regan's comedy special?
The Hump Boy.
Yeah. I'm Hump Boy.
Hump to Disneyland.
The hump, Earl.
Call the hump. Call the hump ahead of time.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That's good stuff.
Oh man. Well, let's jump into the MLS, shall we? Is that where we are next?
We are there.
Okay, so I'll share my screen on that and show you guys what's going on as of late. So here we go. Here's the past 7 days, Summit MLS. New listings, we had 39. Pending, we had 32. So that actually is I feel like that's the first time I've seen more come on the market than have gone under contract. So that puts us, we're still right around 225 properties, still pretty low on the inventory. As far as anything that's kind of been exciting for the MLS, all of these first ones are kind of just out of our county area in the Mountain Park. That's over in Park County. So you go over the pass south of Breckenridge, a little bit, definitely more rural. Kind of cool because you can still get to Breckenridge within 30 minutes or so. Here's a Keystone Flying Dutchman condo, 1 bedroom. That actually just hit the market. I haven't even seen that one. Let's see. Anything else that's kind of new and exciting? There's a Soda Springs at Keystone. That one's a good one. people love these like little Coeur and condos in Dillon. Those are great. Here's a duplex. You can buy both sides of that. And let's see, we talked about that rental. Breckenridge. Oh, here's a good one. That's right on the slopes in Copper. Farmers Grove, that's my old neighborhood right there. I sold my house just like that in 2015 for $489, and now the one across the street's going. They got it listed for $1,275,000. So, God bless them. Wow. Let's see what else we got. You can buy a hotel. And then we'll go and we'll just like see, if you got a cool 7 million around, let's check out those. So just for fun. So first off, Flying Dutchman condo. This one is going to be, it's on West Keystone. So I like that area. Let's share this guy really quick. I like this West Keystone area. If you look at the map, you're not far from the base of Keystone. It's kind of quiet over here, more room, more space, got the woods, got grass. I really like that part of it. This road right here, Keystone Gulch Road, going up in the summertime, great biking trails, get you up to the Colorado Trail in the summertime. So that's a really great area. So that's a good location, little 1-bedroom, $611,000. There's a little evil on the 666 square footage.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, what are we the Grammys? Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that was so funny. I can't believe that.
Oh, I know that blows my mind. Anyway, so then we got another Soda Springs. There is a 700,000, a little bit bigger, 891 square feet. This Barnwood stuff, I still love that. People still love to use that, and it's still really, really popular. And these ones are kind of an older complex, 1984 build, but they give you good space.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a condo. It doesn't look like one. It's got a lot of room in it.
Yeah, not a condo-tel, not that. So, yeah, that's a good list.
Oh man,
like
even a nice shower.
Yeah, some good upgrades on that guy. So, then let's see what else we got. So this Coeur d'Alene, I guess, and that's like we've got one that's Decatur. I can never be sure, but check out those views. I love the way these just sit. You get these ground level ones. I'd love to have one of these ground level ones. They just sit on the grass. You got these views looking across the lake to the mountains. That's got peak 1 and all the peaks range up through 10. You got the amphitheater really close by. So these ones seem to be really popular. So 2-bedroom for $759 on that.
Yeah, what a crazy view. I love the chairs and just looking right out there.
I know. You could you could just totally see kids running around in the grass out there, walk to the amphitheater, go catch some concerts. I think that's
at the amphitheater. Is just about anything come through there, or what?
We actually see some pretty decent bands come through there. They've had some bigger ones come. Bob Dylan went and listened to Bob Dylan there last summer. So yeah, he's still kicking. Not hard. He's not kicking hard.
He's rocking and rolling.
Yeah, he was still going. Here's a duplex. That's a 4-bedroom, half a duplex. Both sides are for sale. I haven't seen the other side, but that one, this is a wilderness area. So you got Silverthorne, Keystone's over this way. And then this one just backs up to all this open space, which is really cool. So I thought
is that all protected area?
Yeah, that's national forest. So like from, all this stuff all the way up, go up Buffalo Mountain, Yeah, all national forests. So nothing's ever going to be built out there.
That's incredible. I was just seeing that, and what an amazing place to be. I bet it's so quiet right there.
Yeah, no, really quiet, great setting, great views. So that one's going to be. Oh, I lost it. Clicked the wrong button. So that one's going to be 770 for a 4-bedroom, 1,400 square foot, 526 a square foot. That's a good price. That seems like a good opportunity to me. Somebody ought to jump on that one. Here's one right at the base of the mountain in Copper. I got some people that I think I'll send that one to. That looks like a pretty good opportunity for a nice Copper, almost ski in, ski out. You can see it's right there, just close to, there's the lift. So I mean, come on, you can't get too picky for ski in, ski out, right?
Oh, that looks amazing to me. You're so close right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think that'll get snagged up. That just hit the market today. And then let's see, we got these two competing for highest price. Weisshorn neighborhood versus Summit Estates. I'm going to go with, which one's bigger? Which one looks cooler? 480.
I think that wider one, the last one.
Yeah, that kind of looks.
That one looks more modern to me. I just see lots of glass, and then it just kind of keeps on spreading. Whereas the other one,
yeah, that's pretty cool. So this one's kind of up on top of the mountain. Yeah, look at that.
Look right through the house. That's amazing.
That is really cool. Yeah, that is gorgeous. Yeah, you got full ski area views looking through that thing. Look at that. Yeah. Fun style. Definitely a very fun style. Tons of glass, tons of concrete. Very modern. It's like you got, and I don't know how long that's going to stay in style. If people are going to start wanting something a little bit warmer, especially in our climate, it's like it's cold here. You got concrete floors. It's.
Well, what are the summers like? What does it get up to out there?
80.
Oh man, I bet that's incredible with those big doors that just open all the way. That's probably amazing.
Yeah, that would be this spot in the summer. It's gorgeous in the winter, but man, yeah, just being able to open those things up in the summertime, that would be fabulous. Yeah, I could do all right with that. So, just several million short on cash, but
yeah, that is so crazy. I love all of these rooms.
Yeah, that's some fun stuff. The sauna, gotta have the sauna. My family owns like 6 saunas.
Your family owns 6
yeah, my
saunas?
family owns 6 saunas. We don't have houses at the beach or anything, but we own a lot of saunas.
That's too many saunas, man. We need to work on that.
My dad's got a thing for saunas. So anyway, yeah. So that's kind of a little bit of fun going through the MLS today. So was there anything else on there that I left out, Benji?
No, I think we hit everything.
All right.
And then I even made you talk about the graphs too early.
It's all good, man. Well, cool. Benji, thanks for hosting this. Thanks for putting all this together. Really appreciate you. Everybody, this was the Ski Summit Show. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to like, subscribe, shoot us a note. Try to
share the video. Yeah. If you found anything in here that you like, share it for sure.
Absolutely. So, well, cool. Have a wonderful day and hope to see you in the mountains soon.